Since playing in my first professional ball game 100 years ago, a lot of stuff has been said about me that has become the things of legend. Myths. This is the real Babe. I got the name Babe when I played with the Orioles because I would actually eat baby Orioles right out of the nest during the game. I played with a 54-ounce bat that I made myself. I would take a log and I would eat it like a corn on the cob, drenched in butter, until I whittled it down to the shape I desired. I was widely regarded as being a fat baseball player. But I was never 6'2", 565, like John Goodman, who played me. Oh, and by the way, we get DirecTV up here in heaven, which means I can watch the box score, which starts right now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score. Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, and they are the Danettes out in Milford, Connecticut. We just found out some fun facts about the Babe. One in particular, he sounds like Harvey Fierstein. Maybe what's one thing that the fans don't know about you, Fritzy? Start us off.
I think fans don't know that I have a little bit of a dark, sarcastic side that unfortunately I show to family members sometimes, and very close friends away from the studio.
Wait, so you don't show us? We're not very close friends?
No, I'm saying I'm usually very pleasant, but every once in a while, if a family member kind of ticks me off a little bit, I can be, and this is beyond passive-aggressive behavior that I do every day here at the studio, but I can be a little difficult that way, but I don't think people realize that I can have that sarcastic, snarky way about me.
Oh, some things people don't know about me. Yeah, I've been to 46 of 50 American states, and I really want to go to all 50. I think that's kind of important to me. It's silly, but also I think it's kind of important.
God, I feel like there's now nothing that people don't know about me. Literally nothing jumps to my mind. Like, for example, I was talking today about how I'm severely duck-footed. There's nothing. I wore braces like Forrest Gump when I was on my legs when I was a kid, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. That's one thing.
It's nice since we all make fun of you about, like...
Yeah.
I think people don't know about me. Well, I'm a bit of an amateur needlepoint enthusiast.
Really?
Make those little patterns that, like, your grandma would make, and I have like a little saying in yarn. I do that in my spare time.
Needlepoint.
Wide range of secrets there, wide range of subjects on the show today. Paulie, how do you manage a show like this when it's all over the place?
It was one of those days where there was a couple topics, but they weren't that juicy. Like Steve Ballmer and the Clippers, it's newsy, but what's the story there? There's really not much going on in the Tony Stewart story, but that was more interesting to Dan. And if it interests Dan and he could play off it with angles, then that's where you go. But sometimes, like when we brought up, I think, the Kardashians or anything else that's fun, you got to have some comic relief unless there's a story that's so overwhelming you just go with it for 3 hours.
Isn't it funny, Paulie? This is the second day in a row that it's been all B+ stories. I remember yesterday, it wasn't really necessarily an easy lead.
Well, you're right. Yesterday there was no sports stories that I thought was an A story, and the Robin Williams story became the story that kind of surrounded the show. Had nothing to do with sports almost. But you know what? If you're into it, that's the story to go with.
It was a touch entertainment, and you did find a time to keep up with our favorite family, the Kardashians.
So I busted my 16-year-old daughter watching the Kardashians yesterday, and I walked in, and the language was extremely colorful there with Kim and company. And I went, nice show, Molly. I hate that show. And you have your daughter watch it, and she loves watching the show, and I'm going, you know, the only guy I like on there is Scott. I think he's funny, because I think he's playing a role on there. I did watch when Chris Humphries was on there. Yeah. I did. I felt bad for the dude.
But that's all. That's really,
then I stopped.
No, I don't really watch it, but I do have my favorites.
Unbelievable. Dan, who is all about $1 Million Listing, and obviously just revealed there that the only one I like is Scott. So he watches the show, and you know his kids watch our show, so they're learning from Dad. And the ironic thing, Dan is a very, I would not say he's a conservative person in many ways. He's a bit of a conservative dad. You know, as someone who has 2 daughters, I totally get that. but I would have liked his daughter to call him out, be right there. You're being a hypocrite, Dad.
Here's the thing, though. I can't roll with Dan on this one. I think he watches often and probably a lot of the Kardashians. I don't hate the Kardashian show because I've never watched 2 minutes of it, so I could not hate it. There'd be nothing for me to dislike. I assume it sucks. But Dan hates it like one of those guilty pleasures. Like, I hate it, but I watch it and enjoy hating it.
Notice, by the way, I did not say a word during the entire Kardashian conversation. This became, I think it was a front row Dan conversation about the Kardashians, and still, I'm going to be the one who's labeled as the Kardashian fan, which is totally unfair. I want to break that stereotype.
We could have a conversation about it, but you're still the Kardashian fan, and that's
watch,
accurate.
But the fact is, I don't watch the Kardashian. What about the facts?
They just it's therapeutic to just admit it and then we move on.
Just because I admitted that I was into Gossip Girl, all of a sudden, any show in that genre.
Nobody comes in more excited about The Bachelor or The Bachelorette ceremonies.
Who gets
you're the only one who mentions
Who gets a DWP is on, Devil Wears Prada is on.
It's an awesome movie.
What's the difference between Devil Wears Prada and...
Because the fact that I like DWP doesn't mean that I'm into all movies of said genre. You happen to like all of that trashy reality stuff and basically tweener-based programming.
No, that is so not true.
Real Housewives of Jersey and Orange County.
He's the one who likes the Real Housewives.
I'm big on that.
I like The Bachelor and Bachelorette, just like Howard Stern. I think there's nothing embarrassing about that. That doesn't mean I like the Kardashians.
By the way, Dan likes all of the shows we've been mentioning. All of them. And movie, everything. He's super up on that stuff. He tries to play tough guy, not even close. Oh, my favorite one is Scott. I really
sometimes we get free
bad guy.
Sometimes we get free magazines. It'll be like The Economist, Sports Illustrated, People, Us Weekly. Dan will take Sports Illustrated and Economist, throw them to the side, and take the People and Us Weekly.
Well, two of my favorite movies are Steel and Kazam, which starred Shaq, and he dialed in today and issued the boss this challenge.
Shoot one of your shows at the Shaq Center. Come on down.
Do you have extra nets? Because I've been known, like you'll smell fire in the gym when I'm in there. So I just...
Actually, you know what? I've seen your form, and you are pretty good. You can shoot.
Okay, if you let me, like if I was on your team, could I be like a John Paxson, Steve Kerr spot-up guy?
You'll be Steve Kerr, but your name will be Dan Petrovich, so everybody knows you're a great shooter. Dan Petrovich.
So I would be European?
Yes.
I would love to see Dan and Shaq play one-on-one at the Shaq Center, and we get all these invites, which we have to start taking more of these people up on it, different celebrity types. I think Charlie Sheen had invited us once over to his house and do a show, and now Shaq wants us to do something at the Shaq Center, and we got to start doing some more Dan Patrick Show road trips to do shows from the celebrities' houses. I think it would be pretty awesome to hang out at Shaq's house and set up our stuff and do a show.
Maybe even a road trip.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Go down and see Shaq Acapulco. Shaq got the boss so fired up, Dan wanted to give Shaq Fu a little preview of what he's in for, and things got weird.
Leg kick. See? That's what I would do with Shaq. Because I created some separation. Where is the Shaq Center? Yeah, can Shaq stop that? Seton?
Probably not.
Oh. Exactly. And then you do that, and then you... Ah! How do you like your showback rum? Shaken? And let me see Shaq stop that. What just happened there?
Not sure which year this is.
That was almost from football.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
Wow. I had no idea. That one came up there like a rocket, like it was spring-loaded. Dan had sort of had that, like, energy of, like, a 6-year-old boy that can't control himself, and all of a sudden he's just, like, losing everything and throwing stuff all over, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? I'm usually the keeper of the net, too. I'm a real stickler about that, so the board doesn't get crushed or anything like that.
But it's interesting, you get mad at us when we don't put the net up and we ruin your stuff, but do you get mad at Dan?
Well, no, I was more mad probably at myself there that I should have pulled the net over, which is sort of what I was getting to say. That I should have. I normally pull the net over, and I'm sort of a stickler about that, and for some reason didn't there. And
I feel like you take it easy on Dan, though. Like, Dan ruins your material all the time, and it's hysterical.
Well, it's his studio.
If he breaks it, we're absolved at least.
What do you mean by material?
Oh, like I think one time, like your machines over there. You got all that fancy buttons and things.
Yeah. Well, no, nothing's been ruined yet, which is good. And you knock over a bottle of rum, it's like, oh well, what are you gonna do? And I think probably everybody in the room takes it easier on Dan than other people. I think you definitely do.
You kidding me? I would. Yeah, but usually you're the one who gives Dan a hard time more than any of us.
Yeah.
So I thought that you might say, yell at Dan, don't shoot like that. But it's so.
Yeah, I don't know.
funny.
I was giving him grief about other stuff today, so I guess that one slipped by me.
Well, if you guys go to the Shaq Center, believe me, there'll be plenty of icy hot. Hope you guys have enjoyed having the box around because, in the words of David Spade, it might be going bye-bye, bye-bye.
But if I do play, it's going to be magic. Oh no!
You need help?
I just broke my glasses.
No.
It happened again.
You broke your glasses?
These are like $400 glasses. It's gonna be magic. It's gonna be magic, 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 magic.
Welcome back to the box score. A classic moment. McLovin breaks his glasses in the box. McLovin, let me ask you this question. Why do you think a box appearance since then hasn't reached that level of excellence?
That was well, the thing is, like, that implies that there was any kind of planning behind that. That just sort of happened. Yeah, there's like, that's like lightning hitting. You can't count on it ever again. Lightning never strikes twice.
Except that did strike twice.
That actually struck twice.
That actually struck twice.
But I mean, everyone knows what happened was the glasses, after I broke them, I taped them together like sort of like the
Hanson brother.
The Hanson brothers. So they were vulnerable to another strike. So I was like, I don't remember why. And everyone thought I was faking that, and there was nothing fake about it.
That's the thing that bothers me. A lot of people in the industry have accused Andrew of faking the second glasses crush, and I assure them that it wasn't. I mean, I wish we could fake that. We would do it every day. I mean, if we could produce that up, I'd have them do it right now.
If these break, by the way, the show is paying for another pair. Because look how much mileage we got out. These are $347 from Warby Parker.
The show has basically devolved into three things. Andrew, running the clip of Andrew breaking his glasses endlessly, us going, oh, to any statement, and then sports. And I think it's pretty much in that order.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what's the lead today? Andrew breaking his glasses, and then some type of inappropriate reference.
Yeah, I mean, well, this guy sending in the doll, I think, really sort of brought it back into Dan's mindset. Dan will come over about every third break and just admire the handiwork of this. He just loves it.
Look at the glasses.
Yeah.
He loves the hands.
He talks about it so much.
Yeah.
Of course, knowing Dan, he will completely tire of this by in 3 days and be like, why is that box there?
Well, Dan wants every box appearance to be that great, so he went into the box himself today to vent his frustrations.
I said to these guys, this is precious airtime. This is your airtime. This is 60 seconds for you to be able to say whatever you want. You don't have to worry about me interrupting you. You sit down and you let people realize just how much of a deep thinker you are, how smart you are, perceptive, how funny, emotional. And then you look back on all the moments we've had in the box. Haven't really had those moments, have we? The only moment of brilliance, genius, humor was McLovin. Not once, but twice, knocking his glasses off. Maybe I should get rid of the box. Maybe I should just make this a cooler for beer.
You know, I'd agree with him if he didn't have a keg and a cooling system already in place. But since then, there's no reason to be redundant and have a beer cooler. I love beer, believe me. Here's the thing about the box. It's tough sometimes because you don't want to spend too much thought on it. You shouldn't be spending your time during the show thinking about what you're going to do in the box. It should be kind of off the cuff. And sometimes we get like ideas from the box from our producers in Los Angeles, and you're like, do I go with this? Do I go with that? But it is funny that you'll get in there sometimes, and you sit down and you have something to say, and it just flies out of your head. I mean, we've all been there. And then you stumble on something good, or you stumble on nothing.
Also, is Dan watching these box appearances? I always like...
He does, actually, he does go in back quite a bit during the breaks and check them out.
Yeah, I see him screwing around a lot, often outside the box, trying to mess with you. Like, I feel like,
there have been many times I've been in the box where I've lost my train of thought, or as Paulie said, the words just aren't formulating, or you're just not having that epiphany, that moment that Dan is hoping, we can get out of the box where someone's just breaking down emotionally or has something really that interesting to share in there.
Like that.
If DP did take away the box, Fritzy, nice. What would you like it to become?
What would I like it to become? I kind of like the box. It's just I don't like that it's so closed in. Not that I'm claustrophobic, but I like a little room to space out a little bit. And I think
Fritzy loves a roomy box.
I do like a roomy box, and I just I think my thoughts would widen, and I would have just from a comfort standpoint, I think I have more interesting things to say if I didn't feel so tight and narrow.
Are you serious?
Do you feel like you have enough room out here? Because it seems to have basically the same effect on your
This is what they do. This is a...
These walls, I mean, they're not that far from his shoulders, to be fair, see.
Maybe a small room with some movies in it. Fritzy, put some quarters in. Hey, we'll talk shark movies after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Box Score. Gentlemen, last week we had a lot of fun with Sharknado 2, but this week is actually Shark Week. So we wanted to know how well you know your shark movies. We've come up with a little test and we call it Shark Movie or Not Shark Movie. Here we go. Let's start in the front row. I'll give you some clues. You simply need to tell me Shark Movie or Not Shark Movie. Super clever. Let's begin in the front row. Seaton. An underwater earthquake opens a crater deep in the ocean and it unleashes a shark that can swim through the sand. Is Sand Sharks a shark movie or not?
That is not a shark movie.
Huh.
I am sad to report it actually is a shark movie. Sand Sharks.
Wow. I think you should actually be happy to report that is a shark movie.
Do.
That's
wow.
ridiculous.
Well, now I am seeing that Brooke Hogan stars in it. To the back row, Anne McLovin. You got Nicolas Cage in Thailand on the run from some serious trouble. Is Bangkok Dangerous a shark movie or not?
Well, I know how these games work, and the producers really wouldn't. I mean, they wouldn't put that in there if it wasn't a shark movie. But I think they know that I think that way, so I think it's a made-up, non-shark movie.
You're absolutely correct. It is not a shark movie.
Nice.
But as someone has said, it is a really terrible action movie. To the front row, Paulie. This piece of cinematic genius features comedian George Lopez and David Arquette. Is The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl a shark movie or not?
Ooh, well, since shark is in the title, I want to say yes. So is it, but are there sharks in it? Oh, man. I'm going to say it's a real movie because what's his name, doesn't have a lot of options, Arquette.
I am sorry, it is not a shark movie, but it may be something worth taking the kids to. I think that's a sequel to Spy Kids. Back row, Fritzy. A beach community is terrorized by a mutated shark with 2 heads. This film stars Hollywood heavyweight Carmen Electra and the Meryl Streep of shark movies, Brooke Hogan. Is Two-Headed Shark Attack a shark movie or not?
Brooke Hogan.
Initially, my thought is that it's not a shark movie, but I can see Carmen Electra and Brooke participating in.
Fritzy watched the first 2 minutes of this one.
Yeah, and it didn't show me what I was looking for. I'm gonna say that it is a shark movie.
You're absolutely correct. Brooke Hogan stacking up her IMDb page.
Who knew Brooke Hogan? Who knew?
That's because Brooke knows best. Front row, Paulie, one more. Bernie Mac and D.B. Sweeney are trying to hold off a horde of mutated sharks on a Caribbean island. Is Tropical Sharks a movie or not?
Wow, I know all of D.B. Sweeney's bad movies, and that is not one of them.
You are a true D.B. Sweeney hater. It is not a shark movie. Back to you, Fritzy. Lorenzo Lamas may have a pair of guns that rival yours, and he put them to use when he got mixed up with this aquatic battle. Is Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus a shark movie or not?
Ooh. I'm going to say that is not a shark movie.
Oh, but we are happy to report it actually is a shark movie, and Lorenzo Lamas still buff.
Mega shark, giant octopus.
To the front row.
Más macho.
To the front row seat, and Mark Paul Gosselaar has dreamy eyes and is Chris Mannix's man crush. But were those eyes shark food in this classic? Is Shark Bait a shark movie or not?
If I'm not mistaken, it's an Academy Award-winning movie. I'm gonna say it's a real movie.
Oh, it is not a shark movie, but if it was a shark movie, it would probably eat Zach Morris's really big cell phone.
Oh, wow.
Last one is for McLovin. You know Katharine McPhee from the hit show Smash. But she was up against some sharks in this horror flick. Is Shark Night 3D a shark movie or not?
Shark Night 3D.
Well, since I've been a Katharine McPhee fan since her days on American Idol. I do not remember her being in that, and I would have known about that, so no.
I'm sorry, it is a shark movie, and I think the 3D quality is better than I thought it was in Jaws 3D. It is a tie.
One more round.
Oh, Paulie, Fritzy, and McLovin. Did I get that right? Seaton got nothing right. Okay, still to come, there's been a special request for the upcoming NFL season from Otercon. Fritzy!
Is he gonna run out and do his thing?
Do your Steve Ballmer. Do your Steve Ballmer impersonation. There we go. There's Steve.
No arm swinging.
I know.
Welcome back to the Box Score. It is last call here at the Box Score Bar. Drink up, buddy. Oh, my lands. We all love Seaton's Steve Ballmer, but Fritzy, you're sort of the resident impressionist. Seaton, what is your favorite Fritzy impression?
Probably Mick from Rocky or Chris Myers.
No, I'm gonna go off the board here. I love is it Morrison from Dateline, or what's his name?
Oh,
Keith
yeah,
Morrison?
yeah, Keith Morrison
From Dateline?
Oh, that's what's the
Give me a little Fritzy. Give me a little Keith Morrison.
Oh, and then there was the little old lady at 3 o'clock in the morning sitting on a park bench. What was she doing there? Taking your son camping at 3 o'clock in the morning during a blizzard? That seemed odd.
My favorite.
He turned the Box Score into a bloodbath. Your impressions are so awesome that the boss actually got an email requesting one.
Doug in Bellefontaine. Could Fritzy do all the Bronco updates as Shannon Sharp? I think that's mandatory from now on.
Anytime I talk about the Broncos, it has to be Shannon Sharp.
Yes.
There were a lot of fights yesterday in the Broncos training camp, and Peyton Manning spoke out afterwards at a little mini press conference, and he said he don't like the fight, and it's going to cost the team.
Wait. You've added sort of a list.
A little bit of a list?
Yeah, but Shannon doesn't have a list.
All right, it's going to cost the team the game, and I think that if you're going to get a 15-yard penalty and you do something stupid, it's not a good idea to have fights.
All right, maybe bring back the list.
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of a lisp with Shannon. Yeah, I might have gone a little too far overboard with that particular impersonation because Dan caught me off guard. I wasn't ready to do my Shannon Sharp. But if going forward, that's what the guys decide that they want. Anytime I bring up the Broncos to put a little Shannon Sharp quality to it, I'm always glad to do that. I'll probably end up forgetting, and then they'll have to remind me that I was supposed to do it in a Shannon Sharp voice. But that could be fun because they know I like to talk about my Denver Broncos.
All right, how about you tell us who's on tomorrow in Mickey from Rocky?
We got John Lester. He used to pitch for the Red Sox kid. Now he's on the Oakland A's. Last place to first place. Rich Eisen, NFL Network host. Manziel, what are we going to do? Who's going to start week 1 for crying out loud? Catch that chicken, you Italian bitch.
Get the olive oil out. Thanks for watching the Box Score. Set your DVR or tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on channel 239, right here on DirecTV. Cheers, Sharky.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the Box Score. Holy cow!